Greenland, the giant island where women do extraordinary things with men. Imagine a land where ice reigns supreme, where massive glaciers stretch to the horizon and the sun never sets during summer. Welcome to Greenland, a vast and mysterious island filled with captivating stories of ancient history, unique customs and oddities. From the Inuit tradition of exchanging wives as commodities to the bizarre delicacy known as kak, Greenland offers a wealth of strange customs alongside unexpected natural wonders. What enables this place to thrive for centuries amidst its frigid climate? What secrets lie beneath the endless layers of ice? Join us as we explore Greenland, the land of astonishing traditions. Number 14, the wife exchange custom among the Inuit community. The Inuit are the dominant ethnic group in Greenland, and their culture is intricately tied to the harsh Arctic environment. Inuit culture places a strong emphasis on sharing and cooperation, which are vital for survival in challenging conditions. In Inuit communities, the custom of wife exchange has been a cornerstone of social structure and cultural life, carrying deep spiritual and social significance. This practice is not merely an exchange between individuals, it serves as a crucial method for fostering solidarity within the community. In Greenland's harsh natural environment, survival relies not only on individual skills, but also on the ability to forge and maintain sustainable relationships within the community. In Inuit tradition, marriage and family relationships extend beyond the individual to encompass the entire community. When one family shares resources and relationships with another, it helps build enduring social ties. The act of exchanging wives promotes closeness and trust among families, creating strong social alliances that enable the community to endure harsh conditions. Each member of the Inuit community depends on the support of those around them to navigate difficult circumstances, particularly when resources like food and shelter are often scarce. The Inuit practice of wife exchange does not carry the same connotations as it might in Western cultures. Instead, it is a symbolic act that reflects the spirit of solidarity and connection among families. In a society where resources are limited and survival hinges on cooperation, wife exchange often serves as a way to share experiences and knowledge, with families exchanging hunting, fishing, and survival skills. These social ties not only ensure that every member receives support, but also create a safety net that helps the Inuit community withstand environmental changes and challenges. Number 13, extreme sports in Greenland. Greenland is not only a destination of stunning natural beauty, but also a magnet for adventure sports enthusiasts. One of the most prominent events in Greenland is the Arctic Circle Race, a 3-day cross-country ski race covering up to 160 kilometers, with temperatures frequently dropping below -20 degrees Celsius. Participants must camp outdoors, prepare their own meals, and mentally brace themselves for unpredictable weather. This race challenges not only physical endurance, but also strong willpower and adaptability to the harsh Arctic environment. Competitors face extreme conditions, from fierce winds and biting cold to rugged landscapes. Sporting events in Greenland also include marathons in Kangerlussuaq, where athletes must navigate treacherous mountainous landscapes and icy tundras. These competitions provide athletes the chance to test their limits, while showcasing Greenland's pristine and unique beauty. The increasing impact of climate change is transforming Greenland's landscape, making races more challenging than ever, as melting ice alters the terrain, creating instability and unpredictability. Number 12, the midnight sun phenomenon. One of the most striking natural phenomena in Greenland is the midnight sun. Imagine a place where the sun never sets. That's what you experience in Greenland during the summer months. From late May to early August, in the northern regions of Greenland, the sun shines around the clock, creating a unique landscape where darkness seems to vanish completely. This phenomenon occurs due to the tilt of the Earth's axis, causing the Arctic region to face the sun in summer, while in winter it experiences complete darkness. In places like Kangerlussuaq, the endless daylight is not just a breathtaking sight, it also offers Greenlanders a chance to make the most of their brief summer. For the people of Greenland, the midnight sun is an opportunity to engage in outdoor activities like hunting, fishing, and harvesting natural resources. in a land where harsh winters can last for months. Summer becomes a precious time to stock up on food and utilize the available natural resources in preparation for the coming winter. However, the continuous light for 24 hours a day also presents challenges, particularly for the mental and physical health of the population. Medical studies have shown that prolonged exposure to sunlight without periods of rest can disrupt the body's circadian rhythm. Humans typically follow a 24-hour cycle regulated by the alternating light of day and the darkness of night. When light persists without interruption, this rhythm can be thrown off, leading to insomnia, fatigue, anxiety, and psychological disorders. Some people even experience seasonal affective disorder, a form of depression triggered by changes in the natural light cycle. To cope, many Greenlanders have learned to create artificial dark environments while sleeping. Thick blackout curtains and eye masks are essential tools that help block out light and assist the body in regulating its circadian rhythm. Additionally, they adjust their daily routines to take advantage of the midnight sun for activities such as fishing, hunting, and outdoor sports, while ensuring they allocate proper rest time to maintain their health. Number 11. The gastronomic wonders of Greenland. Greenlandic cuisine is a vital part of life for its inhabitants, reflecting their culture and showcasing their remarkable adaptability to the harsh Arctic condition. The traditional Inuit diet primarily relies on ingredients sourced from the surrounding environment: seals, whales, reindeer, and muskox, all of which provide rich sources of protein and fat necessary for thriving in the frigid climate. One of the most unique traditional dishes in Greenland is kivak. This dish is made by fermenting small seabirds, typically auks, inside the skin of a seal, which is then buried underground to ferment for several months. The natural fermentation process alters the flavor of the bird, resulting in a distinctly unforgettable taste. Kivak is often served during significant festivals or community events, and while it may deter outsiders, for the Inuit it holds profound cultural significance. It represents not only sustenance but also a deep connection between the people and their environment, symbolizing resilience in the face of harsh conditions. In addition to kivak, sasat is another traditional dish that holds a special place in the daily lives of Greenlanders, particularly during the cold winter months. Sasat is a hearty stew made from reindeer or musk ox meat, two familiar animals of the Arctic region. The meat is slow cooked with herbs and spices to tenderize it and enhance the flavor, creating a warm and nutritious meal. Sasat is not only a beloved dish, but also a source of pride for Greenlandic cuisine, often served to honor guests and during significant community events. Number 10. America's interest in Greenland. Greenland, with its vast expanse and strategic location, has long been a focal point for many world powers, particularly the United States. In 1947, US President Harry Truman proposed that Denmark sell Greenland for $100 million, motivated by its strategic position in the Arctic, which could offer military advantages during the Cold War. Although this proposal was rejected, the US has maintained a military and strategic relationship with Greenland. During the Cold War, Greenland played a crucial role with the establishment of Thule Air Base, a key military facility built by the United States in 1951. Today, Thule is one of the closest military bases to the Arctic and is vital to the US missile defense system. Furthermore, Greenland's location is significant for monitoring and overseeing military activities in the Arctic, helping the US keep tabs on Russian military operations in the region. Climate change has also made the Arctic more accessible, opening up new shipping routes and opportunities to exploit valuable natural resources. Greenland is rich in mineral resources, including uranium, zinc, and rare earth elements, which are essential for modern technologies like smartphones and electric vehicles. In 2019, President Donald Trump sparked controversy once again by suggesting the idea of purchasing Greenland. However, this concept was not welcomed by Denmark, and the Greenlandic government emphasized its right to self-determination regarding territorial matters. Number 9. The last refuge of the polar bear. Greenland is one of the last refuges for polar bears, the iconic animals of the Arctic. However, with the escalating impacts of climate change, wildlife in this region faces unprecedented challenges. Polar bears, which rely on sea ice to hunt seals, their primary food source, are severely affected by the rapid melting of ice. As global temperatures rise, melting sea ice forces polar bears to travel farther in search of food. This increased distance not only depletes their energy, but also leads to exhaustion, disorientation, and even starvation in some cases. In addition to polar bears, Greenland is home to many other species adapted to the harsh Arctic conditions. Animals like reindeer, Arctic foxes, and seabirds have developed unique traits and survival skills to thrive in the cold, food-scarce environment. For instance, reindeer have wide hooves that allow them to navigate easily across deep snow, while the thick fur of Arctic foxes keeps them warm during frigid winters. Some seabird species have also evolved the ability to dive deep, hunting for fish beneath the icy waters. Recognizing the importance of the Arctic ecosystem and the threats faced by wildlife in Greenland, the Greenlandic government, along with various international environmental organizations, is striving to implement conservation programs. These initiatives include monitoring animal populations, protecting habitats, and studying the effects of climate change on the local ecosystem. Specific measures involve restricting hunting and resource extraction while closely regulating human activities that may negatively impact wildlife habitats. However, with the current rate of ice melting, scientists warn that polar bear populations could decrease by as much as 30% by 2050, an alarming forecast that poses significant challenges not only for Greenland, but also for the global community in preserving the Arctic environment. While protective measures are underway, greater efforts from countries worldwide will be needed to mitigate the impacts of climate change, conserve sea ice, and maintain the Arctic ecosystem. Number 8. Transportation challenges. Greenland is one of the few places in the world where travel between towns and villages does not rely on a network of roads. With a landscape primarily composed of ice and rock, along with a harsh climate, building and maintaining roads on the island is nearly impossible. Furthermore, with a sparse population of just over 56,000 spread across a vast area, investing in a road system is not economically viable. Without a road network, the people of Greenland primarily travel by boat in the summer and by dog sled in the winter. In recent decades, modern vehicles like helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft have also been widely used to connect remote areas. The capital, Nuuk, and other major towns have airports. However, air travel in Greenland is notoriously expensive and heavily reliant on weather conditions. When adverse weather strikes, flights are often cancelled, significantly impacting the daily lives and business operations of residents. These transportation challenges also affect healthcare and education systems, as access to essential services can be limited during the harsh winter months. To meet healthcare needs, some towns in Greenland have adopted telemedicine services, allowing doctors to diagnose and provide treatment guidance via video and phone. In the future, advancements in technology may help improve transportation and connectivity in Greenland, but for now, getting around remains a significant challenge in everyday life. You might think that a place called Greenland would be lush and green, but the reality is quite the opposite. Over 80% of Greenland is covered in ice and snow, with ice sheets reaching up to 3 kilometers thick, making it one of the coldest places on Earth. So why the name Greenland, which evokes images of fertility and greenery? This name originates from one of the most unique marketing strategies of the Middle Ages, employed by Erik Thorvaldsen, commonly known as Erik the Red. Erik was a Norse explorer, famous not only for his voyages across the North Atlantic, but also for his notorious reputation in Viking society. Having been exiled from Iceland for murder around the year 982, Erik set out for a new land he had discovered to the west. To entice fellow Vikings to settle there, he decided to name this new territory Greenland, aiming to create an appealing image in stark contrast to the cold of Iceland, where many Vikings already lived. According to the Icelandic historian Ari Thorgilsson, Erik believed that this name would attract settlers from Iceland and Norway, who would think they had found a promised land with better living conditions. Erik the Red's advertising strategy proved effective, and many Viking families were drawn to the name and decided to embark on the journey to settle. Interestingly, at that time, parts of Greenland were indeed green, featuring meadows and vegetation along the southern coastline. This period, known as the medieval warm period, lasted from the 9th to the 14th century, when Arctic temperatures were warmer than today, allowing for farming and livestock grazing in southern Greenland. Viking settlers capitalized on these favorable conditions to cultivate crops and raise animals, establishing some of the island's oldest Viking settlements. However, by the 14th century, the Little Ice Age began, bringing colder global temperatures that rendered much of Greenland harsh and heavily glaciated. Glaciers gradually expanded, covering almost the entire island except for a few coastal areas. As living conditions became increasingly difficult, many Viking families were ultimately forced to abandon Greenland and return to Iceland or Norway. The remnants of ancient Viking settlements still exist today, marking a bygone era when Greenland was indeed a green land for a fleeting moment. Living in Greenland demands not only the endurance of extreme cold, but also extraordinary adaptability to one of the planet's most severe environments. The Inuit, indigenous people primarily residing in Greenland and other Arctic regions, have developed unique survival skills that have allowed them to thrive in this frigid land for centuries. One major challenge they face is snow blindness, a condition caused by intense sunlight reflecting off ice and snow, severely impairing vision. This can result in painful eyes and temporary blindness, posing significant dangers during travel or hunting. To protect their eyes from this affliction, the Inuit crafted snow goggles from animal bones or wood, featuring small slits to reduce light exposure. These simple yet effective goggles enable them to continue outdoor activities, especially hunting, without the fear of blinding glare. This ingenuity is a testament to Inuit intelligence and creativity in adapting to their environment, utilizing materials sourced entirely from their natural surroundings. Given the icy terrain and lack of roads connecting towns, the Inuit rely on boats during the summer when the ice melts and switch to dog sleds in the winter when the ground and rivers freeze solid. Dog sledding serves not only as a mode of transportation but also as a vital survival method during the harsh winter months. The skill of driving dog sleds has been passed down through generations and has become an integral part of Inuit culture. The kayak, a lightweight and agile vessel, was also innovated by the Inuit from natural materials like animal skins stretched over wooden frames, allowing them to hunt fish and seals during the summer. In addition to travel, hunting and fishing are crucial skills for the Inuits' daily life. With scarce natural resources, they have developed various hunting techniques utilizing traditional weapons such as bows and harpoons, as well as trapping methods suited for the frozen landscape. Seals, whales, and reindeer are their primary food sources, providing protein and fat necessary to withstand the Arctic cold. Furthermore, every part of the hunted animal is utilized: hides and fur for clothing and blankets, bones for tools, and seal blubber for fuel and warmth. The life of the Inuit exemplifies the remarkable resilience and creativity of humanity in facing the challenges posed by nature in the extreme conditions of the Arctic. Each survival skill, from movement to hunting and resource preservation, is vital. As a result, the Inuit have not only survived, but have also cultivated a unique and enduring culture over centuries in the frigid land of Greenland. Beneath Greenland's thick layers of ice, several kilometers deep, lie ancient pockets of fresh water preserved since the Pleistocene epoch, a period spanning from 2.5 million to 11,700 years ago. This is not only Earth's oldest source of fresh water, but also a unique natural library, safeguarding secrets about the climate and environment of prehistoric Earth. Within these isolated water pockets may lie narratives of the planet's climatic upheavals, stories that scientists today are striving to decode. In 2013, a research team drilled deep into Greenland's ice and discovered a substantial amount of liquid water trapped beneath the thick ice sheet, described as a hidden lake of fresh water. This body of water had never been exposed to the modern atmosphere. The immense pressure from the ice layers above caused some of the lower ice to melt, creating its own time-locked environment. Scientists believe that by studying this ancient water source, they can reconstruct Earth's climatic changes over millions of years, thereby enhancing our understanding of how our planet has responded to climatic fluctuations in the past and predicting potential impacts of climate change in the future. Research on these freshwater pockets not only allows us to explore the past, but also opens the door to a treasure trove of knowledge about life. Within these ancient water reservoirs, scientists speculate that dormant microorganisms may exist, having remained untouched by the modern world for millions of years. These microorganisms may have adapted to extreme environments devoid of light and oxygen, sustaining life in a resilient manner over long periods. Studying these microorganisms addresses questions about the viability of life under extreme conditions and holds significant implications for the search for extraterrestrial life. If these microorganisms can survive in the harsh, icy conditions beneath Greenland's ice, it suggests that similar resilient life forms may exist on other icy planets or moons, such as Mars or Europa, a moon of Jupiter completely covered in ice. The survival of microorganisms beneath Greenland's ice serves as an ideal model for researching potential life in distant reaches of the solar system, enhancing our understanding of life's possibilities in seemingly inhospitable environments. Number 4, the largest national park in the world. Northeast Greenland National Park is one of the largest and wildest national parks on the planet, covering nearly 1 million square kilometers, an area larger than some countries. Established in 1974 and expanded in 1988, this park encompasses a vast expanse of ice-covered land that remains largely untouched by human activity. Around 80% of the area is perpetually blanketed in ice and snow. The park is home to many iconic Arctic wildlife species, including musk oxen, Arctic hares and polar bears, all of which face significant challenges from climate change. Beyond its ecological value, Northeast Greenland National Park is also an important archaeological site. Numerous remnants of ancient Inuit cultures have been discovered here, ranging from hunting tools to stone tent circles. These artifacts provide valuable insights into how ancient peoples lived and adapted to the harsh Arctic conditions thousands of years ago, illustrating the enduring survival of the Inuit and their deep connection with the unforgiving nature of this land. For nature enthusiasts, Northeast Greenland National Park is an ideal destination to experience the grandeur and raw beauty of the Arctic landscape. Without any road systems, visitors typically travel by boat or helicopter to access the area. Expeditions through the park take adventurers past majestic mountains and expansive icy plains. Additionally, tourists have the opportunity to observe rare wildlife in their natural habitats, such as the muskox, renowned for its ability to withstand the harsh cold, and Arctic foxes, whose white fur provides perfect camouflage against the snow. The ecosystem of Northeast Greenland National Park is exceptionally unique due to its extreme climatic conditions. From mosses and lichens thriving on the icy surfaces to animals that have evolved to survive in this harsh environment, the park exhibits incredible adaptability. During the summer, the park's coastal areas come alive as migratory birds and other wildlife converge to breed and feed. Summer is a prime time for witnessing the vibrant life and richness of Arctic nature. Number 3, the climate change crisis. Greenland is one of the places most severely affected by climate change. The Greenland ice sheet, the second largest in the world, is melting at an alarming rate. According to NASA, Greenland loses approximately 270 billion tons of ice each year, contributing 30 to 35% to global sea level rise. This melting ice is not only a concern for Greenland, but also a global issue, as it can lead to natural disasters such as floods and tsunamis in coastal areas. The melting ice also triggers the albedo effect. As ice melts and exposes darker land and vegetation, these surfaces absorb more sunlight, causing temperatures to rise more rapidly. This creates a vicious cycle, accelerating ice melt and exacerbating global warming. In recent years, Greenland has become a focal point in discussions about climate change and environmental protection. The Greenlandic government, alongside international organizations, is striving to mitigate the impacts of climate change and protect the Greenland ice sheet. Research and monitoring programs are underway to better understand the rate and effects of melting ice, as well as to seek solutions for safeguarding the Arctic environment in the context of a rapidly changing global climate. Number 2, Greenland has its own language. The primary language of Greenland is Kalaallisut, part of the Eskimo Aleut language family. Known for its extremely complex structure, Kalaallisut can convey an entire poem in just a single word. Each word can take on various interpretations based on context, making it uniquely expressive. For instance, the word meaning radio encapsulates the idea of a device for transmitting information via radio waves. The Greenlandic people take pride in their linguistic heritage. In addition to Kalaallisut, they preserve ancient writing systems from the Inuit, such as Inuktitut, an ancient pictographic script that resembles a mysterious binary code but conveys meaningful concepts. Today, Greenlanders primarily use the Latin alphabet, but Kalaallisut and the ancient scripts remain a source of national pride. They are not only taught in schools but also used in traditional ceremonies. Number 1, Greenland has a polar desert climate. When we think of a desert, most of us envision vast stretches of golden sand under the scorching sun. However, the concept of a desert is actually defined by extremely low precipitation, not sand or high temperatures. Greenland, with its icy landscape, is one of the prime examples of a cold desert. Annual rainfall is exceedingly low, particularly in the central regions, which receive an average of only about 250 millimeters of precipitation per year. This amount is comparable to the rainfall in the Sahara Desert. Despite being covered by thick ice layers, Greenland endures a remarkably dry, cold desert environment. This condition not only prolongs the existence of ice and snow, but also contributes to the formation of unique and strange ice structures. Deep cracks in the ice and gigantic icebergs resembling natural sculptures create an enchanting beauty that attracts scientists and photographers from around the world. The cold desert climate in Greenland benefits the maintenance of its large ice sheets, which melt less frequently due to minimal influence from rainfall or high temperatures. Each layer of ice stores atmospheric samples and microscopic elements from millions of years ago, providing scientists with invaluable insights into past climate conditions on Earth. Thank you for joining us on this journey to explore Greenland, the land of untold stories and magnificent natural wonders. If you want to continue discovering other amazing destinations, don't forget to like, share this video, and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any future adventures. We look forward to seeing you on our next exploration. Goodbye for now.